A few weeks ago, a Thailand-led international rescue team extracted all 12 teen footballers and their coach from a flooded cave in northern Thailand, concluding a dangerous 3-day mission that took meticulous planning and captivated people around the world. It took unity of the Thai people, determination of the government, discipline, dedication, sacrifice, professionalism, bravery, and most importantly, value for Thai citizens' life to make this history. Look, in this, I see a government that values the life of every citizen, no matter their circumstance. I see a government that appreciates and upholds their responsibility for the safety and security of their electorates, no matter their class, tribe, or religious affiliation in society. I see a professional military trusted by their people, loyal to their people, alive to their responsibility for national security, and willing to sacrifice their lives to protect every Thai life. I see a united country ready and willing to go the extra mile to support their government and the military to achieve the impossible. I see competent and informed leadership in action, and I wondered if this is possible in my own homeland. Just yesterday, I came across a letter written by a Nigerian youth, painting vividly life in our country. Please permit me to share the contents with you briefly. It reads, most of us finish college at around 21 to 23, and to get on well in life, there are two options. Well, it's either you have connection or you don't. With connections, you are safe. Without connections, there are two things involved. Try becoming a pastor or an upcoming artist. If you become a pastor, you are safe. If you become an upcoming artist, there are two things involved. Either you blow, which to me I don't understand, but that's the way it's written, or you don't. If you blow, you are safe. If you don't, you have two options. Hustle for an exit visa or go back to the village to farm. If you get a visa, you are safe. If you go back to the farm, there are two things involved. Either you get killed by Fulani herdsmen or you kill Fulani herdsmen. If killed by Fulani herdsmen, you are safe. If you kill Fulani herdsmen, there are two things involved. Await a massacre on your whole village or run to another state. If you await the massacre, you are safe. If you decide to move to another state, there are two things involved. Since you had no money to begin with, it's either you trek the distance or you enter peace mass transit. Trek the distance. You will die in the hands of Fulani herdsmen, armed robbers, or ritualists. Now, here is a question for you, fellow Nigerian in diaspora. Is this a life worth living in a country of your birth, the home of your forefathers, and the root of your kids and grandkids born or yet to be born? My name is Nonyerem Davidson, a senior academic at the Newcastle Business School, one of the top 1% business schools in Europe. Now look, for 366 years, European and American slave traders loaded approximately 20.5 million of our ancestors onto Atlantic slave ships. Approximately 11 million survived. Of that total, more than 3.5 million slaves originate from our shores, Nigeria. Much of the wealth generated by the transatlantic slave trade and through the blood and sweat of our enslaved ancestors supported the creation of industries and institutions in modern North America and Europe. I'm sure you know that. Well, today, and unlike us enslaved ancestors, over 15 million Nigerians like you voluntarily migrated to neighboring countries and across Africa. In Britain, Europe, Asia, Latin America, and North America in search of a better life. What I call a voluntary economic slavery. It is estimated that about 26% of all registered medical doctors and 20% of all registered pharmacists in Nigeria are working abroad, and that there are more than 2 million highly educated Nigerian professionals living in Europe and the United States. Well, just as our enslaved ancestors built the economies of Europe and America with their blood and sweat, I believe it is your turn now to help in building our own nation with your acquired expertise in the fields of ethical leadership, education, science and technology, management, investment, and tourism. Of course, you have been active through NIDO and other organizations for some time now, supporting our economy and life at home. As the graph shows, for the past 15 years, you have remitted on average between 19 and 21 billion US dollars annually to support life and living back home. As a matter of fact, your contributions to the national economy is underrepresented by the World Bank figures, since most of the reported figures do not consider money sent through informal channels outside of the banking systems. Your people, our nation, and I are extremely grateful. Thank you, and thank you very much. However, your people and nation need you more now than ever. For the dynamics at play today in our national politics and the fabrics of our society are beyond what our founding fathers and ancestors ever imagined. There is an emerging Nigeria state that terrifies even the most seasoned warriors and military generals like Obasanjo, Danjuma, Babangida, and others. You see, today, our national security architecture and apparatus are designed and firmly controlled by a tribe and religion. Now, this is unheard of in our national history, unconstitutional and extremely alarming. In the history of our nation, and for the first time, cow has been given national prominence above human life, and the traditional cash crops of the North and South, the mainstay of our food security and employment for centuries. Well, as you may have read or heard, thousands of traditional farmers have been and continue to be killed for their ancestral lands in several states. There has been no meaningful arrest, prosecution, or deployment of a heavy security presence. However, the Inspector General of Police surprised many recently, including myself. Now, to ensure adequate security and safety of of life and property before, during, and after the Ekiti state elections, the IGP deployed 30,000 policemen, 2 helicopters, and 250 patrol vehicles, including 5 armored personal carriers, etc. Well, this raises an important question in the mind of the Nigerian nation. Where was this show of force, national security expertise, and desire to protect life and property when Plateau and other states were burning and littered with slaughtered Nigerian citizens? An important question. Now, on national television, the spokesman for President Buhari, Mr. Femi Adesina, relayed a troubling statement to the nation. I quote, "You can only have an ancestral attachment to a land when you are alive. If you are talking of ancestral attachment, if you are dead, what does the attachment matter?" Unquote. Well, many people interpret this to mean give up your ancestral land for ranching or die. How unfortunate. You see, Nigerian Fulanis, like other tribes, are very important citizens, and we must do what is feasible and legal to address their concerns, now worsened by land acquisitions, by large state farmers and other state commercial interests in the north, worsened by the impact of drought, desertification, and insecurity posed by Boko Haram, rural banditry, and cattle rustling. These are challenges the Fulanese cannot shoulder alone. These are Nigerian challenges, providing there is no hidden agenda behind the Fulani herdsmen issue in Nigeria today. Therefore, I believe that rather than destabilize or exterminate other tribes and communities for challenges they did not invent, commitment of federal government resources is required urgently in border security, establishing grazing reserves in consenting states only, strengthen security arrangement for herdsmen in the north, and projects designed to restore drought and desert-degraded environments and livelihoods in northern Nigeria. Well, let me also draw your attention to major economic parasites terrorizing the Nigerian project. Look, currently, 21 senators are receiving pensions from government as ex-governors and deputy governors. There are others in President Buhari's government. Each ex-governor earns salary and allowances as a senator or minister, in addition to the extremely overgenerous pension for life from their various states. For example, in Akwa Ibom State, ex-governors and deputy governors receive pension equivalent to the salaries of the incumbent, in addition to a new official car and a utility vehicle every 4 years. One personal aide, a cook, chauffeurs, and security guards for the governor at a sum not exceeding 5 million naira per month, and 2.5 million for the deputy governor. In Rivers, ex-governor and his deputy receive 100% of annual basic salaries, one residential house for the ex-governor anywhere of his choice in Nigeria, one residential house anywhere in Rivers for the deputy, 3 cars for the ex-governor every 4 years, and 2 cars for the deputy every 4 years. For Lagos State, rumors suggest an ex-governor gets 2 houses, one in Lagos, another in Abuja, estimated at about 500 million in Lagos and 700 million in Abuja. 6 new cars replaced every 3 years, a furniture allowance of 300% of his annual salary paid every 2 years, and 30 million annual pension for life. This is the reality for all the 21 ex-governors and deputy governors currently serving as senators or ministers in President Buhari's administration. This scenario prompts concerned citizens like Mr. Victor Okechukwu Anyebuna to ask the following question in his recent article entitled State of the Nation, a Self-Deceiving Country Called Nigeria. How on earth can any public servant with conscience collect salaries and allowances as a senator or minister and still have the audacity to claim pensions equivalent to the salaries of a serving governor in Nigeria? That's mind-boggling. Look, in a country where nothing works and 80% of the population earn below 300 naira a day, how possible that a working day earning of a senator is more than the monthly combined income of 4 medical doctors? The annual salary of a senator equals the combined salary of 21 army generals, or 72 professors, or 135 commissioners of police, or 3 times the pay of the U.S. president, or 7 times the salary of a U.S. congressman. This is robbery. Our country is governed with incompetence, hate, deception, and hidden agendas. What should be clear to every Nigerian is that President Buhari should not be held solely responsible for the challenges facing this nation at this present time. The recycling politicians are also part of the problem.